Hello and welcome to the 105th episode of the Biker Radio Rodcast. I am Shandy, and that sound that you just heard is the trom-tromming of a Yezdi road king down the road. And right amongst us is a legend who has been collecting and restoring these beauties, from the rarest Javas to the Yezdi road kings. He's a father, a son, a husband, a friend, an entrepreneur, and also a regular garage bum. And he's done this all with passion from the bottom of his heart. Roshan Kamat is worth his weight in Kolar gold. Behind the scenes, but ahead of the pack, Roshan Kamat stands for quiet dedication for Bangalore's Jawa and Yezdi communities. And we're delighted to have him on the 105th episode of the Biker Radio Rodcast. Listen, connect, ride on. Roshan Kamat, welcome to the Biker Radio Rodcast. Welcome to the long way home.
Biker Radio Rodcast advises safety at all times, discourages underage riding, but celebrates the spirit of motorcycling. And how?
I was caught, in surprise that you wanted to have a chat with me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm not a guy who gets so much limelight.
So your name popped up quite early. And then I think the first thing that struck me was the Suvega.
Okay.
I was like, oh God, so there is somebody who knows the Suvega.
Yeah.
But I landed up here and just walked into your house, and then there's this garage full of motorcycles. Yeah. And of course, Kasutubh told me a lot more. You guys work together?
Yes.
Okay.
We are partners in business.
Right.
We've started a company called Gear and Throttle House.
Yes.
Which is based out of Pune.
Right.
And so there's a small backstory to it.
Yeah.
Basically, we like similar motorcycles.
Right.
And that's how we became friends.
Yes.
Right. And so most of the motorcycles that both of us own are almost the same. Like he has the Oil Master. I have a Jawa 634.
Right.
He has a Model B. I had a Model B. He
Right.
had a Jawa. I have a Jawa.
Right.
He had a Polish motorcycle, which is basically the older Rajdoot.
Right.
Right. So he had one of those bikes.
Right.
And I was restoring one at that point of time.
Right.
And then I saw that he has that motorcycle and he's imported some parts from Poland. And that's when I, actually got in touch with him.
Okay.
What can you, help me out with?
All of this was happening over Facebook?
Over Orkut.
Orkut
And then Facebook later on.
Okay.
And then before that, it was all the Yezdi Java community that was there around the country.
Which is huge.
Which is massive.
Yeah. And very few people know about it. How.
Very, very few people know of it. And earlier it was in the Yahoo groups. Can you imagine?
I can.
So there are handles which people remember each other out of the handles and not their actual names.
Right.
So
what was your handle?
Mine was some random HAMP1I, and I just randomly got one Yahoo ID, and then it was that. It didn't mean anything.
Right.
So Mukaddar Ka Sikandar is he had Shumika Bap as his Yahoo handle, KT. So this is KT.
Caustic soda.
Caustic soda now. So people knew each other because of these weird ass handles, and we knew only by that name, and we didn't know them apart from that. And so the group was that. Most of the conversation was how much oil to mix with your petrol on your Yezdi or a Java.
Yes.
Right? Because that is the most thing of question, because everybody has their own whims and fancies.
Right.
And people have tried it with castor oil, coconut oil, and all sorts of oils.
Oh my God.
So the funny part is when they've used certain, the vegetable oils which have been used in along with petrol, it'll still burn. It's not like the bike is not going to run. The bike will run. But the guy who's riding behind, he's going to get a spray of castor.
Yeah.
And so basically we used to come meet, in the group meets of Bangalore and Mumbai and Pune, wherever we were. And so I was always interested in getting people to wear good motorcycle riding gear.
Right.
And I was on a lookout as always.
Yeah.
Back then, there were only a couple of brands that were available in India. There was Cramster and DSG.
Okay.
The rest of the products or brands that were there were all imported and they were very expensive. So we decided we should look at this market. There's nobody there, and then there's a lot of gap because motorcycling in India is a big thing. I mean, if you have to look at what has happened in the last 20 years, from regular commuter motorcycles, you now have motorcycles which have a capacity of a cubic capacity of more than a car, right? 1250 GS and the worlds that are there. So those motorcycles are also available and they're accessible right now.
Right.
Those things weren't available back in the day. So the roads have also become better from what it was 20 years ago. So there's a need for good motorcycle riding gear. That's how Gear and Throttle House started. And then so we have started importing motorcycle riding gear from Poland, basically from Europe. Affordable brands which an Indian can aspire to wear. What we are bringing into India is affordable products that are available elsewhere in the world.
Right.
That we are trying to bring it into India and introduce them to the Indian population here.
Right.
That's what it is. So we are somewhere in between. We positioned ourselves between the Indian brands and the super expensive European and American brands that are available.
Where did it all start, and why are you doing this?
So surprisingly, a lot of people have this story, right? That their father used to ride a motorcycle, and I used to, the kid would be brought up on the tank,
True. Some stories are there.
My dad didn't have motorcycles in his life.
Okay.
And a middle class family, so he had a Bajaj Chetak, which I learned on how to ride a scooter, and then all I knew was that he had a Suega back in his days. So there's a funny story behind that. My grandpa had put that Suega on a bus from a small village out of Shimoga.
Oh, you guys are from Shimoga?
My mom's side.
Your mom's side is from Shimoga?
Yeah, it's about 100 kilometers away from Shimoga.
Okay.
So grandpa put a Suega put it on the bus, brought it down to Bangalore. This is in the 80s. Brought it down to Bangalore, gave it to my dad as a gift. Saying this, because dad used to cycle from somewhere near Maratali to Bomasandra, which is Electronic City right now. So roughly about 20 odd kilometers, he used to cycle one way.
Oh my God, wow.
And looking at that, I mean, so grandpa decided to give that Suega to him.
So nice.
And because of which I have restored that Suega, found it and then restored it, and I've kept it at home.
So it's actually a family heirloom.
Yeah. Now, I've never got to, sit on it and then, being ridden out by my dad.
Get it.
So basically, then what happened was I went to Bombay to do my postgrad program.
Okay.
And I was doing my entrepreneurship and family business program in my PG. While I was doing that, I used to have a friend in Mahim. And I would reach early to get to my friend's place. So Mahim, there is a mechanic who's right behind the football ground. There's Ustad who's fixing all these old motorcycles, these matchlesses and BSAs and
Really?
Yeah. The old ones, and I would just go. My interest was to see the football being played, because I used to play football in school. So my interest was to see football, some kids playing football in the ground. Fortunately, I was looking the other side, which is
equally interesting.
Because I've never seen these old motorcycles here in Bangalore back in the days, right? So this was very interesting. Somebody is fixing it.
Which years are these?
This is, I think, 2000, very recent, about 2009 onwards.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started looking at these motorcycles there being built by hand. I'm like, why is anybody spending money on these old motorcycles? Out of curiosity, I know that there are other motorcycles, there are new brands that are coming in at that point of time. That's when the keeda started. Why are people doing something out of the ordinary?
Right. Which is restoration.
Right? A restoration or repair of the old motorcycle.
Right.
then a friend told me in my classroom that there is this area in Dadar colony, Parsi colony.
Of course, I was just coming to it.
So he's like, why don't you go there? There are a lot of these old bikes and these old gentlemen are keeping all these old motorcycles in ship shape, and then you should go just have a look. You don't have to touch it or talk to them or whatever. Just go have a look.
Right.
That's when I fell in love with the Jawa. It had these bell bottom, the mudguards have these bell bottom looking
flares
and everything, right? And the engine is like, there's a teardrop, and that same teardrop is on the tank, on the petrol tank, right? And it's all like art deco.
Right. Absolutely.
And that struck. And so all the motorcycles or mopeds.
So, since you don't know who that is Darsh. Darsh, come and say hello to our friends.
Hello.
Okay, so Darsh is going to be hanging around.
Yeah.
All right.
So the love started because of that. I basically wanted art deco, and then my interests were, how is there this art influence in motorcycles? If you see, most of these European motorcycles have a certain shape.
Right.
The engine and the chassis and all of them. They're not the same as a Royal Enfield or any of these Japanese motorcycles. They're all straight lines, or they're super sharp.
Yeah, the Japanese ones are completely different.
Completely different from the European motorcycles, right? So if you see the older motorcycles, especially in Europe, you'll have round things, and then most of the designs would be pulled out of some art picture or painting or something like that. So that interested me a lot. And European motorcycles is what I like to keep. So it was scooters basically, because most of Europe had only 2 strokes compared to 4 strokes.
Right.
So that is what it was. And the best part was the 2 strokes have lesser maintenance compared to the 4 strokes.
Right. Obviously.
And it was fantastic that I could keep 1 motorcycle or 2 motorcycles and not worry about it getting spoiled.
Yeah. So how many do you have in the stable?
So there are 17 motorcycles currently and 2 in the garage, basically getting fixed, getting restored.
Okay, so take us through the ones you have. You can tell us the prized ones.
Okay. So
last.
Okay. So there's a Suega, which is a 1960.
That was supposed to be last. No, of course. We'll start with the Suega.
Yeah, because it's the smallest one.
Yes.
I'm going cubic capacity wise.
Okay.
The Suega one, that's 48cc. It's a made in France Motobican instead of a Suega, which is made in India. Yeah. So this is the predecessor to the Suega.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this is a Motobican and not a Suega.
Okay.
Yeah. The next motorcycle is a Yezdi Jet, which is a 50cc. This is a 1972 model. So Yezdi Jet. Then I have a Yezdi Model B. Then I have a Jawa 250cc. I have a Jawa 175cc, which is super rare.
Yes.
There's a Jawa 350 Twin, which is a 634, and a Jawa 350 Twin, which is a 638. And the recently restored one that I have is a Jawa Californian with a PAV trailer.
Oh, that's awesome.
I
saw that one in this year's, I think, Jawa Day.
Yes, it was there in this Jawa Day.
Right.
And
so Jawa Day happens each year on
the second Sunday of July.
Second Sunday of July. All the while it's been happening in Bengaluru.
Yes. Right. For the last 15 odd years, we've been having it in Bengaluru. But that second Sunday of July is internationally celebrated across the world.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So there are people who have motorcycles across Europe, of course, right? There is a club in US and Australia, India, of course, Java in Indonesia, right? Java, Java.
Java.
Yeah.
The coffee.
And
Kitty was telling me, I think if I could just recall, I think he was on 49, if I'm not wrong, 48 or 49 episode number.
Okay.
And he was telling me about the number of trips he made to Bangalore to get his motorcycles restored or fixed or
yes.
So who are you hiding here? Who's the guy?
Fortunately, there are some mechanics.
Give me names. Give me.
So
throw
there is
names.
Musa in Shivaji Nagar.
Okay, Musa in
There
Shivaji Nagar.
There is Ahmad Bhai. He's also in Shivaji Nagar.
Okay.
And there is Asif near the TV tower, RT Nagar. And there is Mani in Hanuman Nagar.
Okay.
Manikanta. And there are quite a few. Interestingly, we as a club, BJYMC, right? So Bangalore Jawa Yezdi Motorcycle Club.
Okay.
We made an initiative. We took an initiative saying we will spot all the mechanics across. We have put it on Google Maps. You just have to download one. You have to click on one link, and then it'll overlay on your Google Maps. You have mechanics across the country who are known to fix Yezdis and Javas.
Wow.
With a Google pinpoint. So you can just go to that point and then ask somebody if there is a Jawa Yezdi mechanic here, and they'll
awesome.
point it out to you. So including their names and phone numbers. So that's what we've done.
Wonderful.
So across the country.
Yeah.
And
so Biker Radio Rodcast is a podcast from India on motorcycling, celebrating her heroic riders, legendary mechanics, and iconic builders. Yeah. Mechanics are central to our theme of things because without them,
absolutely.
And what without them? With them. Yeah. The road is complete only with them.
If you see, Bangalore has got the highest number of Yezdis and Javas.
Completely agree.
We've done this. We've tried to create a Limca record.
Okay.
We've got the Limca record officially.
Yeah.
We tried to create a Guinness record as well in the next year, which we failed because of various reasons. But we did try. We got attendance of close to 700 odd motorcycles for the Guinness attempt.
Okay.
And this was...
These are all Javas or Yezdis.
The attempt was maximum number of motorcycles congregated at a spot, ridden around in a city or in a location, in a particular location, where all the motorcycles have been out of production for the last 20 odd years. So the last the last AZ that was manufactured was in 96.
Okay.
So we attempted after 20 years. So there's no production of that motorcycle or the brand that was there till then. Yeah. Right? So we attempted after that. So there is no attempt also across the world of such a kind.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If there were no mechanics, this number would not have been possible.
Yes. And there was a phase when, thanks to the mechanics, it is only because of the mechanics that we have been able to conserve all these motorcycles.
Absolutely.
If you look at most of England, as soon as the Japanese bikes came in, their own motorcycles by and large got junked.
Yes.
By and large.
Yep.
Thankfully, they have got a couple of good museums.
Yeah,
that's to save some.
If you see the history of all the whole history of motorcycling, you'll notice that the English bikes were not sought after because they were not performing well, or even if you had to fix them, they would not run as proper motorcycles. Whereas the Japanese bikes, they would just go on and on and on.
Yes.
Simple example is the Super Cub by the Honda. That's the highest sold motorcycle ever in the world.
Okay.
And it's called the People's Carrier for a good reason. Yeah.
I saw the People's Carrier recently, a CNG one. Tu bhi aaja. Like 4 guys on a bike. Helmet to pehen le.
Oh yeah. So what I've been doing is, because of late Bangalore has been getting so many. It's now known for Jawas and Yezdis. So all the restoration is happening with these mechanics here in Bangalore. There are some mechanics in Mysore as well.
Oh yeah.
So what I do is
those are rock stars,
and they have good access to spares.
If I had some time, Somendra Singh is on my list.
You should go meet him.
I'll come back. You
should.
I will.
At least for Somendra Singh.
Absolutely.
He's a legend. I
know
he's got more stories than any of us could put together.
Since we started, we have got 2 people on our list.
Okay.
Wish list.
Okay.
So one is Sadhguru and the other is MS Dhoni. These are the 2 boys we want on the show. Yes. Hopefully someday. What do you think about the Biker Radio Rodcast?
Oh, I love it. I've always wanted to hear a motorcycling podcast which is based out of India.
Yeah. For the people of this country.
Yes, absolutely. And there's nobody there. So we want this to grow
we've
much more.
spawned a lot of interest in this area. A lot of podcasts have come up in the motorcycling space, but now they're fighting for second space. So.
Hi, this is Arjun Raina from Motor Exotica, and I'm here at the Biker Radio Rodcast.
So where do you find these?
So one is, I like what I own. I don't think I'm going to sell these off because I get a lot of...
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
on record.
And I've got 2 sons as well. So they are already,
Yeah, sure.
putting marks on each bike and saying they're claiming their own motorcycles these days now. So
congratulations, by the way. Now you have a little one, 6-month-old.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Neat.
So, yeah. So I'm not going to sell any of these. I want to keep them. I want to make sure I'm taking good care of them. And more importantly, I want to find some motorcycles which are super rare. There's still some in the list, right? And make sure that they are in ship shape to run.
I mean, if anybody knows of Jawas or Yezdis, in wherever they are across the country, this is the man. Send it to him.
Bring it down. Let's restore it.
17 motorcycles in the basement.
17 odd motorcycles.
Oh,
so there is a Triumph 3TA, which I've not told you about. There is a BMW R26, which Katie gave me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So it was in Goa and then we were not able to restore it. So I brought it down to Bangalore now. So, I'm importing parts from Germany. So once that is here, we're going to start stripping the bike apart and then the restoration will start. So soon that's going to happen.
Typically, what's the easiest or the shortest duration on a restoration?
It could depends on what and what kind. Can you hear the RX going on?
I did.
So it depends on what kind of a motorcycle you get at what stage it is, right? So
So what's been the shortest for you?
Shortest was 4 months.
Wow. And the longest?
Longest has been almost 8 years.
Okay. Which is
because this is the CZ 150.
Okay.
So this is a motorcycle which is made in 1948 to 1950s.
Okay.
So in that short time, this
just post-war.
Post-war. And so this motorcycle, the company used to make cycles for the armed forces in Czechoslovakia back in the days.
Yeah.
And they just got into the motorcycling industry.
Right.
So this is one of their first motorcycles off the shelf. So this bike, I had found a chassis along with their wheels and a tank with the mud guards on it.
And where did you find it?
In the junkyard.
Where?
In Bangalore.
In Bangalore?
Yeah. Oh. The guy who was selling it didn't know what it was.
Right.
I spotted it. I took it.
So you are somebody who's like a beach bum, you're a junkyard bum.
Absolutely. Fully proud. Because you find such things there.
The best parts of life are in the junkyard.
And then when I found this, I was like, I want to take this.
Yeah.
And he gave it to me at a very sweet price.
Right.
Because he didn't know what it was, it was worth. Right. So I pulled it out. I told him I can't take it back because I didn't have a car back then. So I put it on my scooter, part by part. So the tank came on one day. The chassis came on one day. The mudguards came on one day. And the rest of the few bits and bits, just pulled it in a bag and then brought it. So this was multiple trips from the junkyard to home. And parents were like, why is this guy bringing kabad home? So all this was there. But they also didn't understand what I was trying to get.
Right.
So the funny part is I've been looking for parts for this motorcycle and I've only been getting parts which I've already got.
Okay.
So I've got a frame. So I've got, now currently I have 2 frames of the same motorcycle.
Yeah.
2 tanks.
Right.
2 pairs of mudguards. 2 pairs of wheels. 4 engines out of nowhere.
Really?
Yeah. So just engines I found somewhere. one was in Nagpur and one was in West Bengal.
Wow.
It was there in the scrapyard. People.
Are you going city to city scrapyards?
I'm not.
Or you got a network of...
So I've got a network, of course.
Aha.
So there is a network, and people.
What do you guys call yourself? CIA?
Chindi chor
Chors.
of the motorcycling world. Yeah. So, I mean, that's where you find gold.
Yeah.
Now, if I have to restore it. Once the bike. So fortunately, last year I found a full complete motorcycle, and now I have 3 motorcycles to put together.
Right.
Or just one.
Right.
I have to scavenge parts from the others, put it into one, and I let go of the others. So that's what the process is. So it took me 8 years to find this complete motorcycle instead of
1948. You want one? We got 3.
Yeah. So the 2 bikes was completely out of junk, right?
Right.
And if I have to put it together.
And where did you find the complete one?
It was in Rajasthan. So I had to bring it down from there. So it was no go because I loved that motorcycle so much and I fell behind it. Like, it was a challenge for myself that I have seen this motorcycle in the junkyard. Now I want to build it. So there was some passion.
Right.
And now I want to complete the project. And there are friends who are saying, oh, you know what? You still are looking for that motorcycle and this and that. So there is still a part which is missing out on your bike. So here is the part. So there are friends who are also helping out.
Right. Co-conspirators, right?
So there are...
so did the wife know about your motorcycles?
She did.
Before she said yes?
Yes. I told her I have a few motorcycles and I didn't tell her how many. Yeah, then she came home and then she's like, oh. I said, okay, fine. Yeah. So earlier it was one ride a month, a weekend ride in a month. Now it has become, because of the baby, I've not traveled for the last 1.5 years, but otherwise it's become 1 or 2 rides in a year. So that's how bad it has become. But I want to get back to motorcycling again.
But you got to keep these babies in shape.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Start them every week?
Yeah, I don't need to because these are 2 strokes.
Right.
I just have to put in fuel and then just give it a couple of kicks and then it starts. So that's the best part about Jawas.
Right.
And that's why I love them, and I have so many Jawas in the garage.
Hi, this is Gurmukh Singh from Vintage Rebuild, and you're listening to the Bikers Radio Rodcast.
How's the Java community doing? What can you tell us about it?
The clubs are back to where they were before the new company formed, and so we were already organizing and doing things on our own because there was no company for us to support, or it's not like a Royal Enfield club where the company also has some stake.
You were a bunch of cheerleaders, right?
So
essentially just a whole bunch of cheerleaders who wanted to take this forward.
We've always loved the motorcycle more than the brand. Like, what the simplicity of the motorcycle is what pulled us into it, rather than the company saying, this is a cult motorcycle.
And the oral signature. I love that. Tongue, 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 tongue.
So that has made a lot of, boys into men. That's how they used to flirt around with the girls around in the days. So they used to write down a few places outside the college and then go trom dun 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 dun,
yes.
and then and all the girls would like,
go on again.
right? So the distinctive note that is there on the motorcycle has always been an attractive proposition.
I remember people at home, they had to stop mid-sentence because the neighbor started the Java. like the mixie, you get irritated. You're just waiting for the mixie to end so that you can finish your set. Java starts and they're like...
That would happen even with the Bullet, na?
Yeah, that would happen. But Java kind of waited for the opportunity when you were trying to say something as a tongue.
Oh yeah, typical 2-stroker, right? So, and
the Bullet was more of a thump.
Yeah.
Right?
If it is properly tuned, and then you have that penchant for that kind of
Sound.
and then you'd be like, oh, I want that.
Yeah.
I want that. Tick, tick,
Yeah.
like a heartbeat, right?
Right.
And so now the club is, we're trying to revive ourselves. We've been trying to revive ourselves for the last 10, 15 odd years.
Okay.
Since the time we've started the clubs around the country. But we were very hopeful. I mean, we're still hopeful that the Jawa motorcycles and the new Jawa and Yezdi motorcycles pull up SOXs and then, make good motorcycles and have a good brotherhood that comes along with owning the motorcycle as well, right? So, so that needs to build as well, as much as possible. So we've been trying to do that as on a regular basis with organizing rides and interesting things around the city, organizing rides outside the city as well. And then, every second Sunday of the month is a meet. And then there is at least 4 or 5 people, sometimes more, sometimes 40 people turn up with their motorcycles. And then that's a meetup. So a breakfast meet or a lunch meet somewhere. Sometimes we also ride out of the city for a small 100 kilometers short ride and then have a ball of a time and then get back home.
This is Anand Dharmaraj from Indie Motard Adventures, and you're listening to Biker Radio Rodcast.
Give us a sense of, what goes into a restoration. I'm sure some of them are become quite expensive also, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
I'm just thinking of a guy who doesn't know anything about restoration, but has that thing in his heart or her heart that, hey, I'd like to, what if I got into it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So how does somebody get started on this?
Yeah, very interesting. So recently I got asked by some random person on Instagram saying, I have this motorcycle which was owned by my grandfather and I want to restore it. Can you help me out with this? I said, sure, why not share a couple of pictures? So that's where it started. So you need to gauge, do a proper audit of what the motorcycle is. Then you decide on what kind of restoration you want to do. If you want to do a functional restoration.
Right.
By
because
which I mean,
you don't start off as a purist.
Correct.
You kind of get to that point sometimes.
Yeah. So there are 2 ways to do it.
Right.
Either you say, I want to functionally make this motorcycle upright and then make it running.
Right.
So for that you have to get certain cyclical parts.
Right.
Sources for these will be very limited. And there are only some spots around the country where you will find these the parts for these.
Right.
So there are some spaces in Delhi. There are some places in Mysore or Bangalore where you'll find these parts. Now, in case this motorcycle has been made somewhere else in the world, then there are high chances of you finding it outside the country as well.
Right.
So first thing is you do an audit and find out what the motorcycle is, what year it was made, what are the parts required, does it require a paint job, does it require a chrome job, how much it's going to cost. So you dial down on both the sides, parts required and the money that you would be ready to spend.
Right.
So you make a budget out of it. Right. So you say,
scare people, tell them about, really, I mean, people should know that, it's going to cost you starting from 50,000 rupees. It's going to cost you this much. It's going to cost you that much.
Yeah, you always, so that's where I'm coming back to now.
I'm coming from, okay, I've got to buy a tank. I've got to find a tank.
Right.
What kind of budget do they have to keep in mind?
It depends on the motorcycle, right? Yeah. So if it is a Java, then a old Java tank could somewhere be close to about 10 to 15,000 rupees.
My God.
And you have to be ready to shell out that much.
Of course.
If you don't have that kind of budget, then you'll have to be ready to fix what you've got right now.
Right.
Or you be ready to fix something else for the time being and be on a lookout that, maybe I will find one, then I will put it on the bike.
Right.
Then I will do a complete
Make do with something, whatever makes the bike
yeah.
function.
So fortunately, what Jawas and Yezdis were, you could shift a Yezdi tank to a Java tank and still run it.
Right.
Right. The mudguards would be replaceable.
Right.
The front and rear wheels on the Java were interchangeable.
Right.
So it didn't mean that, if when you go to the scrapyard, you would not need to find a front separately and a rear separately. Both of them are the same. Pull them out, put it on the bike, you're done with it, right? So if you're a guy who wants original parts, then it becomes really expensive.
How expensive?
So currently, right now, the Bangalore markets, Bangalore is the most expensive for Jawa Yezdis. Currently, you have the pricing for a Java a decently restored Java would be somewhere close to about 1.8 to 2 lakh rupees.
Okay.
An old Java.
Okay.
And Yezdi Road King would fetch somewhere about 2.5 lakh rupees because that's what people are asking these days.
Okay. But that is what it will cost to get a fully restored one.
Correct. Correct.
And if you're lucky, what could you get a raw one for, let us say, if you're lucky?
If you're lucky, you should be getting it at a Java should be around 80 to 1 lakh rupees. Because that is what, the difference is what the delta is that is there, is what you would have to actually spend on restoring the motorcycle.
Okay.
Yeah. Because a paint job and a chrome job would cost somewhere about 35 to 60,000 rupees together. Paint and chrome.
And which will include denting and also.
Everything. Complete denting and then, getting the base layer in and then doing the chrome job, the gold lining including.
Right.
This is gold lining by hand and not by sticker job. And
right.
That. Yeah.
Because recently I'm just trying to look at, I found a guy doing some awesome work. This guy's name is Rauf Khan.
Okay.
And I think he's out of Kota.
Okay.
It's one of the mechanic families going back. And people send them motorcycles and he fixes them and sends. And I was delighted to find someone in the Jawa Yezdi space who is still servicing those bikes. It feels good.
True.
Right? These are gems. So I reached out to them. They were thrilled that somebody from the motorcycling fraternity in media are talking to them. They were like, couldn't even believe it.
Yes.
And he had done some restoration. Look, I'm not a guy who is a complete purist or understand that this shocker was not built around that time.
Yes.
Okay.
Understood.
So I put it up on Biker Radio Rodcast as a story that, hey, look, this is what's up. And somebody sent a message back saying, a question, those shocks, man. Like, of course, it probably MacGyvered some other shocks and put it there.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's still fine. You're
still fine. It's
you're
okay.
trying to functionally make the motorcycle to run. That's primarily your motive and not. So that is where I'm coming back to, right? So if you have a defined budget that I'm going to spend only so much money and then I will be doing a restoration of only so much.
Right.
Then why should I be bothered about what the other person who's looking at the motorcycle will think of it?
Right.
The joy of riding is for me, not for somebody else.
Yes.
Right? So,
but वही है ना, लोग क्या कहेंगे?
लोग तो कहते रहेंगे ना. Let them speak.
छोड़ो बेकार की बातों में, कहीं बीत न जाए रहना.
But they've noticed the motorcycle, right?
Yes, of course.
So that's a point of conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the conversation started already.
Yeah.
Even without you knowing or you telling them to talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. So see, the purists will always be that way. And there are competitions where motorcycles will be judged, can be judged. There are competitions in
of course.
So restoration will depend on the person who owns the motorcycle and he has to decide what he wants to do with the bike. Right. And once there is some guideline, then you can tell that, this is what you can do with this bike and this is how much it would cost. So are you ready for both? If money is not the question, then you say, okay, now we go complete purist way and then, make it like how it came out of a factory shop floor.
Right.
Everything will be spec.
Yes.
Including the screws and nuts and bolts.
Even the clutch wire.
Everything. The clutch wire, the bulbs on the indicators in the headlight.
Do you still get those incandescent ones?
Yeah, you do.
You do.
And it still looks like a candle
right
on the motorcycle, right? That's as much as light you would get it.
How come they're able to do it? I mean, the market can't be that big.
You still get those.
Yeah, that's surprising.
The machinery are still there,
Okay.
You still have those machines around, and there are some idiots who still want to buy
you bet. Thank
like
goodness.
us. So we still buy these bulbs and then use them. And fortunately, they don't conk off
Right.
that often. But yeah, that would be.
You grew up here in Bangalore?
Yes, I did. I was born on the coast in Kumta, close to. It's a small town close to Gokarna. If you've heard Gokarna,
Oh,
right?
man.
So
That's
I
my
was-
dream destination.
So I was born there,
Mm.
and Dad moved to Bangalore from Bombay,
Mm.
and ever since I've been here.
And what was Dad doing?
Dad was a plant manager at Calico Industries, Chembur.
Okay. Okay.
He's a MSc Chemistry,
Okay.
pass out from the Dharwad University.
So what did he do here in Bangalore?
So he decided to start distillation of spent solvents.
Okay.
Spent solvents, I mean,
get
solvents
it.
which
I
are
get it.
used for cleaning metal components at most of these. At that time, you had HAL
Right.
and all these PSU companies which
Right.
manufactured components and all that.
Right.
So they would use solvents to clean up metal parts.
Right.
So those spent solvents could be
Reused.
redistilled and
Right.
made almost new. And out of some dispute, he had to get out of the partnership there.
Okay.
It was started by his brothers,
Okay.
and he got out of it.
Mm.
Then he started trading chemicals.
Okay.
And when he was trading, he found this industry where there is a requirement of certain chemicals.
Mm.
And there were some certain farmers who used to come from Ramnagar, which is about 50 kilometers from Bangalore.
Yes.
So Ramnagar is known for the silk.
Okay.
Silk that is produced here. This is the area where the
We're in
silk is.
Karnataka.
We're in Karnataka. So this is where silk is rare. The silkworms are reared and then silk is produced. We make disinfectants. So Dad started supplying these chemicals to these farmers, and there was a requirement in the industry where good, pure, and quantified chemicals were not supplied to the farmer. So
Okay.
he was always getting spurious material.
Okay.
The farmer used to get spurious material,
Okay.
and his produce was also not as good as what it is today.
Okay.
So Dad decided we'll change the whole market. We'll give good, pure produce, as in the chemicals, and we'll educate the farmers. So he started it. Now it is about 26 years we're in the industry, and I've decided to jump into it in the last.
You have.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this is my full-time business. So I take care of the operations back in the factory,
Okay.
and all the production and vehicle dispatches are all under me.
Wow, that's a lot of work, man.
Yeah. So I have to wear a lot of hats at
Right.
home and at work. So yeah. So it's fun. It keeps me engaged, and motorcycling makes sure that I can
The
let
keeda
go
you
of,
can't get rid of.
I can let go of all these other things and then focus on something that I love. So motorcycle restoration is that avenue for me to let go of the other things that are holding me back.
It's an escape.
It's an escape, absolutely.
Awesome.
And that's how it should be. So if somebody wants to ride a motorcycle, not just, you're doing your day job 8, 9 hours, or 10 hours, 12 hours a day, and then you're tired. You need an escape to something, right? Better than getting into unwanted things, right?
Absolutely. So what's been your most delightful 60 kilometers per hour?
So this was few years back, almost a decade now. So I took the Java to Chandigarh. From there, I rode the Java, which was 70. It's a 1972. Should have been about 48 odd years when I took it to Leh. Chandigarh to Manali to Leh, and then via Srinagar, and then we were back to Chandigarh. So that loop I had done in
My God.
about 10 years back was one hell of a ride.
Right.
And people don't believe that we didn't have a single puncture. And you should see how badly my luggage was. So we were a group of 8 people. There were 4 bikes. Not
8 people, 4 bikes?
Sorry. 5 people. There were 4 bikes. So I was solo.
Thank you.
There was one more solo on a Road King. There was one Bajaj Discover with his girlfriend, now wife. And there was one guy on a Road King with our mechanic on board. So because there were pillions, I used to, the guys who were riding solo were sharing the load of the other guys who were riding pillion.
Okay.
So we had to carry their luggage as well on.
Right.
And including our luggage. So there was, we didn't plan that well back then.
Right.
Now that we've done it, we're like,
just get
these things were not
a car or something to carry the luggage.
Yeah, and then there were roads.
But now you've got that carrier you've created.
Yeah, I've got a PAV trailer now. So
what is it called?
Brand called PAV, P-A-V.
PAV.
PAV.
Okay.
So it's a brand.
They make trailers here in India?
No, it's a Czech brand.
Oh, it is a Czech. Okay.
Yeah, Czechoslovakian brand which manufactured PAV trailers back in the day. The usual question when I go out with this bike with the trailer on it is, first thing, what is that at the back, right? So then I say it is a trailer. I use it for putting my luggage in it and then, going around. Like, why do you have to keep luggage in it? No, I want to travel somewhere so I can carry. And when friends meet, they're like, is that where you keep your beer cans? You ride out somewhere, you have your beer cans ready in your trailer.
Sure, why not? Put a cooler there.
Yeah.
If you had the opportunity to ride with anyone from history or from even your imagination or from contemporary times, okay? History meaning Akbar, imagination meaning Spider-Man, and contemporary times might be, I don't know, Netanyahu. Whoever. Who would that person be? One person. Who would that person be? And the trickier question is, why?
I want to go on, I don't know if it is possible, but I hope I could try and do something like this. I want to ride with my dad one day on a motorcycle. So we have 2 motorcycles, or at least one motorcycle where he's riding and I'm riding with him at the back.
You haven't done this?
We've not done this for ages.
When was the last time you did
When I was a kid, probably as big as my son right now. That is the last, I think. So that was on a scooter, but I don't want a scooter. I want to do it on my own motorcycle.
Okay.
So do a trip like that. That's going to be fun.
So Roshan Kamat, thank you so much for being on the Biker Radio Rodcast on the long way home. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Sandy. It was fantastic. I didn't expect this. I thought you were just coming to Bangalore to have fun.
Yeah.
I thought I'll take you out for dinner and have a couple of beers in the
So this is my fun. This is my kind of fun.
Good.
This is Tango Charlie, Green Tea 515, come in, Green Tea. Good morning, Tango Charlie, this is Easy Peter, Green Tea 515, I'm ready to roll. See you in 5 at the DND Bay, over and out.